Van Helsing. Van Helsing is an action gothic horror film from 2004. The plot of the film follows a legendary vampire hunter, Gabriel Van Helsing, who travels to a mysterious region of Europe on a quest to prevent Count Dracula from fulfilling his evil motives. The movie starts in 1887 in Transylvania, where an angry mob is seen storming a castle. Inside the castle, Dr. Victor Frankenstein is ecstatic to see the monster alive that he himself has created and calls it the triumph of science over God. Turns out that Victor was appointed by Count Dracula to create the monster. Victor is frightened to see the huge crowd and tells Dracula that he's going to escape far away with his monster. But before he could do so, Dracula reveals the truth that the monster will be under his command now and will serve his purpose solely. This means that Dracula exploited Victor just to make use of Victor's ability to create the monster. When Dracula reveals how he plans to use the monster for his benefit, Victor is shocked as he can't bear seeing his creation being used for dark reasons. Victor is scared when Dracula charges at him and he tries to defend himself by stabbing Dracula with a sword. But the truth is that Dracula is an immortal vampire who cannot be killed. Victor seeks help from his assistant Igor, but sides with Dracula, leaving Victor helpless. Finally, Dracula kills Victor by draining his blood. This infuriates the monster and he throws a giant piece of wood at Dracula, tossing him into a fireplace. Igor escapes the castle from the back door, after which the monster flees to a windmill with Victor's body. The angry mob sees the monster escaping the castle and follows him. Meanwhile, Dracula comes out of the fireplace and is healed. On the other hand, the angry mob sets the windmill on fire, seemingly killing the monster. Just then, they see vampires flying out of the castle towards them, and they run away to save their lives. Dracula lands at the burned windmill, along with his brides who mourn over the death of the monster. 1 year later in Paris, a monster hunter called Gabriel Van Helsing is shown seeing posters of himself labeled "Wanted." He hears a woman screaming and runs to help her, only to find her dead body lying. Just then he hears a monster called Mr. Hyde laughing, and so he chases him. Turns out that Van Helsing pursues evil on behalf of the Knights of the Holy Order, which has protected mankind since time immemorial. He has been ordered to slay Mr. Hyde, a deranged psychopath, for the murder of multiple men, women, and children. Although Van's superiors want him to bring Mr. Hyde alive to them so they may extract his better half, Van engages with Mr. Hyde in a long battle and ends up killing him by throwing him from the top of a castle. In the next scene, a church in the Vatican City, Rome is shown where Van Helsing arrives to inform the cardinal about Hyde's execution. Although Van is exceptional at what he does, his methods are too attractive, which has made him wanted all across the world. The cardinal is not happy with him and lets Van know exactly that. Years ago, Van was found crawling up the steps of the church half dead. He lost his memory as a penance for past sins. Since then, he has been taken in by the cardinal and used for God's work. The cardinal suggests to Van that if he wishes to recover his memory, he should continue to heed the call. Van is asked to travel to the far side of Romania, Transylvania, which is lorded over by Count Dracula. Around 450 years ago, a Transylvanian knight, Valerius the Elder, promised God that his family would never rest nor enter heaven until they vanquished Dracula from their land. But they have been unsuccessful in doing so. Therefore, Van is asked to protect Prince Velkin and Princess Anna, the last of the Valerius family, and vanquish Dracula and to prevent the Valeriuses from slipping into purgatory. Moreover, the cardinal shows Van a fragment of the message that Valerius the Elder left in the church 400 years ago. Interestingly, the message is an insignia sign that matches Van's ring. This gives Van hope to find the answer that he has been seeking about himself for a long time. Van then goes to meet his friend, Carl, who is a friar and a weapon inventor. Carl gives Van his recently invented gas-propelled weapon that's capable of catapulting across in mid-succession. He also gives Van compressed magma that can emit light equal to the sun and blind the enemy. When Van tells Carl that the cardinal has ordered him to accompany Van to Transylvania and keep him alive, Carl's bummed. Meanwhile, in Transylvania, Velkin is seen fighting a werewolf that is sent by Dracula. Seeing her brother in difficulty, Anna attempts to save him from the vicious werewolf. But the werewolf starts pursuing Anna. When Velkin tries to save his sister, he unfortunately falls into a deep river gorge along with the werewolf. Van, along with Carl, is seen traveling to Transylvania on a ship and finally arrives at a village. Turns out that if Dracula is killed, anything bitten or created by him will also die. Van is unwelcomed by Anna, who's unable to trust a stranger. Just then, Anna is attacked by Dracula's brides, Verona, Alara, and Marischka. Van attempts to pursue them by shooting arrows with his gas-propelled weapon, but to no success. The brides cause chaos in the village while attempting to kill Anna, but as soon as the sun comes out, they disappear. After a while, when the clouds cover the sun, the brides come out again, and on Alera's order, Mariska sets out to kill Van. On the other hand, Verona and Alera keep Anna occupied and torture her. When Mariska charges at Van, this time he dips his weapon in holy water and shoots Mariska, which instantly kills her. This also causes some kind of effect on Verona and Alera, after which they run away from there. The public is mad at Van for stirring trouble with the vampires. Anna is impressed by Van's skills. On the other hand, Dracula wails in anguish after losing Mariska, but soon decides to bring her replacement. Later, Anna brings Van and Carl to her castle. Van asks Anna about Dracula's lair, but no one knows where he resides. Anna tells Van that her father spent all his life trying to hunt down Dracula, but he never succeeded. Anna insists on pursuing Dracula herself, but since Van is aware that she will not stand a chance in front of Dracula, he sedates her. At night, Anna gains consciousness and is haunted by a wolf man. Turns out that it is Velkin, who is now transformed into a werewolf. He warns Anna of Dracula's plan, but before he could explain it, he transforms into a werewolf and escapes to keep Anna out of danger. Hearing the disturbance, Van arrives and follows the werewolf, and despite knowing that he is Anna's brother, Van attempts to kill him. When Anna finds out about this, she becomes mad as she wants to get a cure from Dracula that can save Velkin. Seeing Anna's grief, Van decides to look for Velkin to save him, so he, along with Anna, pursues Velkin to Frankenstein's castle. Inside the castle, Dracula is seen cursing Velkin for not completing the errand that was given to him, which was to find out about Van. Just then, Velkin boils with anger, seeing his father's corpse, who was killed by Dracula a year ago. Velkin is then used as a conduit by Igor to duplicate Victor's experiment to give life to thousands of Dracula's lifeless offspring. Anna and Van discover Dracula's ulterior motive, and just then, Dracula's offspring come to life. They are flying, shrieking creatures, and Dracula and his brides are overjoyed to see them. Dracula sends his brides to go teach their children how to feed. Van takes the opportunity and starts hunting down the creatures. The villagers become prey to the newborn vampires, and chaos prevails everywhere. Dracula is impressed to see Van's bravery when Van stabs him in the heart. He addresses him as an ancient rival and tells Van that they both have a great history together. On the other hand, Anna tries to save Velkin from Dracula's torturous experiment, but Velkin stops her from doing so as he could hurt her. Meanwhile, Dracula's spawns start dying one by one. Van takes the opportunity to escape the castle with Anna, while the brides mourn over the death of their spawns. Igor tells Dracula that the key to his children's life was with Victor and his monster, who are now dead. In his fury, Dracula orders Velkin to hunt down Van and Anna. While escaping, Van and Anna stumble into a pit. The next morning, Carl discovers a hidden painting of two rival knights in Anna's castle. It comes to night, revealing the knights as a vampire and a werewolf in battle. Meanwhile, Van and Anna come across Victor's monster and engage in a fight with him. After a while, the monster reveals to him that he is the key to giving Dracula's children a lasting life. Anna insists on killing the monster, but Van senses good in him and decides to spare his life. Just then, Velkin eavesdrops on the monster's conversation with Anna and Van and escapes. Van decides to take the monster into a carriage to Rome to keep Dracula away from exploiting the monster's powers. However, on their way to Rome, Van is attacked by Verona near Budapest. Van sets Verona up when she chases the wrong carriage and ultimately gets herself killed. Van quickly gets onto the carriage that is controlled by Anna and actually contains the monster along with Carl. This time their carriage is pursued by Velkin, who is then killed by Van. Later, Anna is shocked to see that Van is bitten by her werewolf brother. Just then, she's kidnapped by Alera. When Alera confronts Van, she offers to trade Anna for the monster at a masquerade ball called the All Hallows Eve. Van seemingly agrees, but then sedates the monster and locks him in a crypt of a graveyard. At the masquerade ball, Dracula treats Anna like his puppet and offers her to become his new bride. Before Dracula could bite Anna, Van sets him on fire, saving Anna in the process. Just then, Igor walks in with the monster, which was retrieved by the undead for Dracula, and Van is shocked to see him. Dracula then orders all the masquerade guests, who turn out to be vampires, to pursue Van. Van and Anna run away from the vampires, taking Carl along with them. Fortunately, Carl leaves the compressed magma on the vampires, who die after getting exposed to it. Van sees Igor taking the monster on a boat to Dracula's lair, but is unable to save him. Van boils with anger when Carl tells him that he has received orders from the Cardinal to kill the monster along with Dracula as it can harm humans. In Anna's castle, Carl explains to Van and Anna that Dracula is the son of Valerius the Elder. In 1462, when Dracula was killed, he made a covenant with the devil and was given a new life. The only way he could sustain that life was by drinking the blood of others. Later, Valerius was told to kill Dracula in return for the eternal salvation of his entire family, but Valerius was unable to kill his own son, so he banished him to an icy fortress. According to Carl, the painting is a clue left by Valerius for future generations to do what he couldn't. Van realizes that the fragment of the message that the Cardinal gave him could open the door that Anna's father kept trying all his life. Finally, the path to Dracula's lair is opened, and Van, Anna, and Carl enter it. Using his supernatural werewolf powers, Van jumps into Dracula's castle with Anna and Carl. Igor is surprised to see them in the castle. Just then, Van finds the monster, who reveals that Dracula has a cure to remove the curse of the werewolf. Carl realizes that Dracula possesses a cure only because a werewolf can kill him. Van threatens Igor to lead Anna and Carl to the antidote and asks Carl to kill him before the full moon if he's unable to get the cure. Anna's worried for Van and kisses him before leaving. Meanwhile, Dracula uses the monster for the experiment to give life to his children. On the other hand, Igor leads Anna and Carl to the cure, but traps them within the tower. Just then, Anna sends off Carl with the cure after Verona attacked them. Van finally finds the monster and tries to free him, but the monster is struck by lightning, which brings life to Dracula's thousands of children. Seeing Van attempting to halt the plan, Dracula turns into a vampire and stops him. The monster then falls from the tower, killing Igor in the process, who was pursuing Carl. Carl then tries to save the monster by swinging them loose, who then saves Anna from Alara. As midnight strikes, Van transforms into a werewolf and battles with Dracula. The monster sends Anna to Van to save him. Unable to reach Van, Carl gives the cure to Anna so she can deliver it to Van. But Alara interrupts Anna and ends up getting killed by her. Meanwhile, Van and Dracula engage in a long, brutal fight, after which Dracula reveals that it was Van who killed him and offers to restore his memory. Van is surprised and refuses to get his memory back. He then pursues Dracula in full swing and kills him, which in turn kills all his offspring. Anna takes the opportunity to inject Van with the cure, but in the process, she ends up getting killed by Van. Van transforms back into a human and mourns Anna's death. Later, he along with Carl burn Anna's body on a cliff. The monster is seen sailing away on a raft, seeing Anna's body burning on the cliff. The film ends with Van seeing Anna's spirit happily reuniting with her family in heaven. The movie has a rating of 6.0 on IMDb. The budget of this movie was around $170 million, and at the box office it earned $300 million. I hope you all liked this video. If yes, then make sure to like, comment, and most importantly, subscribe to the channel for more movie recaps.